Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome into the Dream Opportunity X JP Morgan Chase. This is our career exposure panel. As everybody is coming in right now, please make sure to mute your microphones, but turn on your cameras. We need to mute those mics so that way you can hear us and our panelists as they're speaking, but we still want to see those beautiful faces. So please have those cameras on and ready. We want to make sure to see all of our students and all of our panelists. So please make sure your microphones are muted, but your cameras are on. Make sure you have your nice face on. Now, before we start this entire awesome experience, let's start with explaining a cute little disclaimer. Not everything goes perfect in these different panels, so we want to make sure we have this disclaimer. Please, students, your cameras may not be on if you're at home, and that is perfectly okay. That is why we have our chat functions for this Zoom call. Please make sure to drop any comments or questions, and we will make sure to have a Q&A at the end of this session. And make sure that our mics may not be working. So if we are in class, we know that your signals may be messing up and might change up depending on your signals, but it's perfectly okay. We're going to make sure to record this session so that way everyone can obtain the best information possible. So let's all get ready for this awesome experience. Students and employees, make sure to be heavily engaged in the chat. If your microphone isn't working and we can't see that beautiful face, at least we can find out your different questions, comments, and concerns. This is a learning experience for everyone involved, so let's get to it. Make sure you have your chat ready. First, time to test out if you were paying attention about this chat info. All my students, I need you to drop your name and your year or your grade into the chat. Let's find out how many seniors, how many juniors, if we have any sophomores or freshmen. Let's find out our names and let's find out more about each other. I see somebody, I see 12th grade. Ooh, I remember my 12th grade year. I actually was in 12th grade not too long ago. I see a couple juniors. Okay. I see some freshmen. Okay, that's good. Making sure you find out more about these careers before you really get into it. I see that. I like that. And then I see some sophomores. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, make sure to drop your name and your grade, all right? So that way we know we can put your name and your number together, all right? Now let's get on to this next slide. So, let's first start with our agenda. Here's the breakdown, okay? First, my name is CeHara Evans. I am working with the Diversity Organization, also known as the Dream Opportunity, formerly known as Diversity Org. And this is going to be our schedule of what's going on in this career exposure panel. First, we're going to start with who are we? Who is the dream opportunity? Because some of you guys might not know. If you don't, I'd be surprised, but it's a great opportunity to learn. Then, why is this career exposure panel important? What's the importance of this? Why is this all going on? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be here for no reason. Then, who is JP Morgan Chase? If you don't know, you're about to learn today. So, make sure you pay attention during this career panel, and you're going to find out more information about what's going on when this panel begins. We're going to be able to ask our panelists different questions and find out more about their career, and then we'll have a Q&A in the chat. We'll also have our students have an opportunity to unmute and be able to network and get to know these people more intimately. So let's do this, all right? Then we're going to wrap it up. Make sure you all have a deep understanding of what's going on, and then we'll be able to execute and succeed. Production and progress, baby. Let's do it. So make sure before we start, I want to see somebody drop ready in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who is excited? Who's excited? This is about to be awesome, you guys. Let's do this. Now, to start it all off, who are we? We are the dream opportunity, baby. So, what does the dream opportunity do? In simple words, we teach students how to obtain high income jobs and fulfilling careers. Minority students and low income students. For example, my family, I would be considered a low income minority student. I'm an African American, I'm an African American female, and I come from a low income household. So, this company, its main job, its main priority is to make sure students like me and like you are able to obtain high income jobs and fulfilling careers so we can have generational wealth. That means money for you, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your great great grandkids. That is the biggest goal, to make sure you have a fulfilling career and overall livelihood. How do we do this? Well, the dream opportunity makes sure to hold assemblies, workshops, and internships with our different students so that way you can have more of a learning opportunity and more experiences open to you and all of your fellow classmates. For example, this career exposure panel is one of these opportunities. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. That's the dream opportunity. We are the dream and you are the dream. So let's do this. All right. Now, first, I want to drop in the chat some of these companies that you recognize. I see CNN, I see HBO, I even see Adult Swim. With all these companies, we make sure to partner with them so that you can all have different opportunities on learning more about their careers. So, actually, can we drop in the chat some of these companies that we know or some of the companies that you even want to work with? Let's see. Okay, I see someone said Colgate. Okay, I see that you love your pearly whites. Okay, TNT, Warner Brothers. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Verizon. I know your phone work. All right. Oh, I see all my cartoonies. Okay, I see Nickelodeon. I see Paramount. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Exciting, exciting, exciting. So, all these companies that you dropped into the chat are companies that the Dream Opportunity works with. So, you can learn more about them and have a high income opportunity and career with them in the future. So, this is about to be awesome because one of these partners that along with this entire list of people, one of our partners is JP Morgan Chase and Co. Now, if you know anything about money, if you know anything about having a good bank account, then you might know a little something about JP Morgan Chase and Co. because that's the panelists that we have here today. So I need to hear some cheers in the chat for our JP Morgan Chase and Co. panelists. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having the time to talk with some of these students and they have the opportunity to learn more about your careers. So let's get into this, all right? So, who is JP Morgan Chase? JP Morgan Chase is a 3.1 trillion, not million, not billion, but trillion client assets under management. They have over 290K employees, K as in thousand. They have 290,000 plus employees, and they have over 100 global markets. That means anywhere, anyway, you can still work with JP Morgan Chase in the United States and Canada. Who even knows? It's awesome to be able to network in such a worldwide view, isn't it, you guys? So let's really get into this and find out more about JP Morgan Chase. All right. First, what is career exposure? Try to describe what you guys think career exposure is in the chat. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, all right? Okay. Getting to learn more about the career. Right, right. Okay. All right, you guys. So, here's what career exposure really is. Because if you don't know what it is, then what's the point of this panel? Career exposure helps students, you guys, be aware of various professional careers. That means, why is it important? Because there's economic disparity. What's economic disparity? Economic disparity is, in simple terms, basically not being able to function economically in with the rest of the world. You don't have enough for the price of living. You struggle with different things going on. And I know that for me personally, that's something me and my family had to deal with since we were low income. We didn't have a lot of money. Things like FAFSA and Pell Grant were the only ways for me to pay for college. And if my parents or even me wanted to live above our means, then having a professional career would be the way to do that. So how does career exposure help with this problem? It's the solution. Duh. If you have career economic disparity, that means that learning more about different careers will encourage you to go into those different careers. Once you are in that career, that means you can't be economically disparaged anymore. Boom. And that way, if we continue with the cycle of teaching other people with these different career exposure panels, that means they'll be able to learn more and more, and there'll be less and less economic disparage. Okay? This is awesome. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's get into this by dropping the word success in the chat. Isn't this how you be successful? To become successful, we expose more, right? So let's drop success in the chat. Success, 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 success. Let's do this, okay, you guys? So on to the next, on to the next one. Are you guys ready? Now, let's become a little bit more personalized with our panelists, all right? So for my panelists, for every employee participating in this panel, tell us your name and what you do in 3 sentences. Hopefully, in simplified terms, we want to make sure that our students understand all of what you do. And actually, drop a hobby in the chat. What's something that you do when you're not on the job? What's something you enjoy? Okay. I see somebody likes hiking. I see you get your steps in then. Okay. Yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is amazing. See, you guys? Even these panelists are able to do different things all the time and being able to describe their careers. Isn't this something you can imagine yourself in? That's awesome, you guys. Now, question 2 for my panelists. Where are some cool places you've traveled to for work? See, outside of your hobbies, when you're actually in the business, where's somewhere that you've had to travel? Oh my goodness, someone had to travel to Spain. Oh my gosh, Dubai. I want to go to Dubai so badly. I hear that all of their connections and hospitality are the bomb. Awesome. Okay, you guys, that's awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's find out more. Let's find out more. Now, quick Q&A for my students. Students, you can ask a random question in the chat or you can save it for our Q&A. But let's ask some questions to our panelists. What's some things that you guys want to know? This opportunity is for you. This dream opportunity is for you. So if you have a couple of questions right now for our panelists, feel free to drop it in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on. Okay. How do you balance your work and your life? All right. Can one of my panelists raise their hand and then I will unmute you and you can answer that question for that student? All right. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Do we have any other questions before we keep going? Okay, so thank you for everybody for signing in to this career exposure panel. I'm so excited. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat for our panelists to be able to answer. Don't be shy, don't be shy, don't be shy. This entire opportunity is for you, our students, all right? So don't be shy. This is going to be an awesome opportunity. Thank you for taking the time to come in for this career exposure panel for the dream opportunity, baby. This is awesome. And I was so glad to be able to talk with all of you. Thank you for being able to take the time. All my teachers, thank you for making sure you're exposing your students to this new and awesome opportunity. For all my panelists, thank you for taking the time to be able to talk to these students. And for all my students, make sure that this information doesn't go from one ear right out the other. Make sure that you are able to internalize some of this information that you learn. And remember that you are the dream. So everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening. Congratulations on finishing this career exposure panel, you guys. Awesome.